win their second straight Stanley Cup.
All right. The Atlantic. They're playing hockey, but they're not playing games, if you know what I'm saying. They're playing hockey, but they are not playing games. All three teams at the top of the division, they said, we're in this. We're in this. God, this division's loaded. Let me go close that closet. I don't like how it's like cracked right there in the yeah, I don't like that. It's Friday. I'm at work. Trade deadline, of course, is going on. I'm trying to keep up with the updates. Getting the headlines, basically. I'm not really getting the returns. Like, okay, y'all got Marchand? Really? Carlo? What did y'all give up for that? Because, we gave up 2 firsts for Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gourde. The rest of the division's loading up. What are y'all giving up? So this reaction basically is going to be live. Like, I know the moves, the big name players that got moved, but the returns, I have no idea. Excited to learn. It's kind of like the Hunger Games, like when people get down into the area. I forget what it's called. I haven't watched it in forever. And the whole like loot section is there in the middle, and they got to go run to it and grab as much as they can before it runs out. That's kind of what the trade deadline feels like with the Atlantic Division. Just load up, because every team is a cup contender in my opinion, and who's going to come out with the most. So this is where it all started. The Panthers trading for Seth Jones, giving up Spencer Knight, future goaltender, and a first-round pick. So that's a good amount to give up. Florida also does get a 4th-round pick in return. But that is a good amount to give up. I'm a Lightning fan, though. I respect this. Your window is open, go all in. That's how I feel. That's how I've, I guess my mind has kind of been trained as a Lightning fan. Like, F those picks. Window's open now. You got all these players in their prime. Chase the cup. That's all that matters. Chase the cup. If you win the cup, who cares about a late first-round pick at that? Like, please miss me with that. And then after this, of course, was the Lightning doing their deal. 2 first-round picks for Gourde and Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand scoring in his first game last night, so that was really good to see. They're playing Bjorkstrand and Gourde on the same line, which does make sense. I saw a lot of people saying, even myself saying, I expected Bjorkstrand to be up there with Cirelli and Hagel on the second line, but I guess putting Paul there in the second line and then dropping those 2 down to the third line, they are the ones with the familiarity and, see how things play out. I'm sure they're going to continue to shift things around until they get that really good match. Hopefully, overall, the team plays better defensively, less turnovers, but a win is a win. That's how last night went. But yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired Boston Bruins defenseman Brandon Carlo, adding significant size and a veteran presence to their blue line ahead of Friday's NHL Trade Deadline. The Maple Leafs traded top prospect and a 2026 first-round pick to the Bruins for Carlo. Okay. Carlo, 28, 6'5", 220 pounds, 9th year with the Bruins. Averaged about 19 minutes in ice time, 62 games. Primary penalty killer on the blue line. Yeah. Signed through 2027 with a $4.1 million cap hit. That's really nice right there. Boston retains 15% of Carlo's salary. That's pretty nice for them right there. Their prospect, 28 years old. Prospect Minton, 20 years old, was selected 38th overall in the 2022 NHL Draft. He can play center or wing. Has played 19 games with the Maple Leafs in the NHL, turning pro in 23-24. Okay. Honestly, it's a trade I like for both teams. Boston, talk about sellers. My goodness. They are giving it up over there. And trading within the division like this. Sure, you guys can have Carlos. Sure, you guys can have our captain, Marchand. Like, interesting. Yeah, good for both sides. I mean, if Boston's really, giving it up, calling in the reset button pretty much. I know they still have Pasta and some guys here and there, but it doesn't seem like playoffs is happening. Kind of reconfigure things, get a top prospect, get a first-round pick, and continue to Try to sustain some success without, like a full, complete rebuild. See what Boston's doing. Obviously, see what the Maple Leafs are doing. They saw what the Lightning did. They saw what the Panthers did. Said, oh, yeah, maybe we should do something as well. They absolutely did something. I'm not sure who the 4 people that laughed at this are, but I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing, and I'm not liking this. All right, let's go over to Marchand on the Florida Panthers. The rat with the rats. That just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right at all. It does not look right. 21 goals, 26 assists, 47 points so far this year with a -8. Ugh. That is ugly. Bruins jersey. His face with the Panthers logo in the background. Ugh. All right. Late splash in the NHL Trade Deadline for the Panthers, who are gearing up for another Stanley Cup run. Bruins general managers confirm Bruins will receive a 2027 second-round choice that turns into a 2028 first-round pick if certain conditions are met. Sweeney added that a percentage of Marchand's participation in this year's playoff will determine that end result. What else? What else they give up? A second, maybe a first? That's it? Marchand, the Bruins captain, was in the final months of an 8-year deal. Boston that carried a $6.1 million cap hit. Captain wanted to stay in Boston, however, negotiations with his camp and Bruins reached a stalemate. That's it, huh? A second that could turn into a first. I get it. His contract's over after this year, so it's not like you're trying to sign on someone that's going to be there long term. Obviously, he's 37 years old, too. He is at that elderly age in NHL terms. But wow, that is not bad at all. I mean, it's not like he's still scoring. He's still got, 21 goals? Is that what it said? And 26 assists? 47 points for... I mean, if you're going all in, like all 3 of these teams are doing, that's not bad at all for Florida. Not bad at all. Props to them for getting that done. Once again, I do not like it. They don't even want to show me who's laughing or liking this. Other things to note, Florida also picked up a new backup goalie in Vanacek and Nico Sturm, probably a 4th-line center right there. Yeah, I mean, sellers, dude. Bruins really selling it out. Coyle to Colorado, Carlo to Toronto, already talked about that. Team just traded away Frederick and Brazeau. I mean, they're... Wow. Man, how important is it going to be the number 1 seed in the Atlantic? Extremely. That's exactly what it is. Being able to play some wild card team instead of having to play, one of these other teams. Yeah, please, Lightning, all in for that first seed in the Atlantic. Because I do not. I'm just being honest. I don't want to play Toronto. I don't want to play Florida in the first round. I mean, I got confidence in my Bolts. Don't get me wrong, but the ability to, play a Detroit or a Columbus instead of a Florida or a Toronto sounds like something you should really, really aim for. Once again, confidence. Vasilevsky is back. We don't got to talk about last night, but the big cat is back. And that is a massive, massive, massive deal come playoff time. Everybody knows that, not just the Atlantic Division. Hopefully Hedman's okay. He got injured last night. There hasn't really been much that's come out around that. And then I love the depth that they added, obviously, with Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gourde. Really makes this team a lot deeper up front. So, confident in my Bolts, but if I can avoid it, I want to avoid it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below, your thoughts on all of the moves made throughout the Atlantic Division. Exciting stuff. The NHL Trade Deadline always is, and especially within this division. So much talent and a lot of teams and a lot of aggressive GMs that are trying to get that cup. Lightning and Florida, trying to get another one, another ring, another Stanley Cup. Keep that cup in Florida. Sorry, Toronto. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Go Bolts, and y'all have a blessed one.
Hey, hey, Tampa Bay.